were just chatting and we've realized something. This R34 GTR, one of my signature street builds, has kind of been on its own level for the past 5 years. We haven't built a single street car that even comes close to the level of detail or fab work that this car has up until the build that we're working on now. And part of the reason is we just got busy between racing and also realizing how much time a build like this takes. We kind of took a couple steps back and found a sweet spot where we could still achieve a really nice engine bay and good result with all the function that we want without going crazy overkill. But if you saw the video I made talking about my yellow S15, you'll understand why that is the next build that is getting the craziest R34 treatment. Now what's weird is this car I don't want to say it's confused, but it's not an OEM plus build, it's not a race car build, and it's not a period correct build. There's kind of like a lot of different things going on. Some of it is based on being cost effective, some of it is stuff that I had laying around that we were able to refinish in-house, and some of it's just stuff that I really like. So in this case, I'm using the same exhaust that I have on my R32 GTR, which is very weird for me. It's not a vibrant titanium exhaust. And part of that was following this methodology of like trying to make this a part spin car with lots of R34 stuff I had laying around. However, when it comes to fab work, I appreciate talented fabricators and place the level of the fab work almost as high with a build as I do the performance mods or how a car drives. And you bet your ass we're gonna be using a lot of vibrant titanium on this car, specifically pie cuts. I'm very thankful to not only have vibrant support on the race cars that we build, but also on the street cars. I'm a geek for this shit, and I know having the absolute best supplies and materials possible makes the fabricator's job as easy as it could possibly be. Just to be clear, it's not an easy job regardless. All right, so I wanted to introduce you guys to yet another Mike, formerly known as Mike GT Customs, but in our shop, we're gonna call him Canadian Mike because we got so many Mikes around here. The S15, as you guys see it, don't reveal too much, put a like black thing over the screen because he's already been getting to work.
Get the blanket.
We had some deadlines with the car, and Mike reached out if we needed any help as relates to fab stuff. He's a gangster with titanium, and I took him up on his offer to come down here and help us get this car across the finish line.
Yeah, dude, I'm super pumped to be here at the compound playing with some of my favorite products. We got a bunch of vibrant performance pie cuts already loaded up into the engine bay. I know you don't want to show it just yet, but I've been rocking away this morning, helping out with this and a couple other things, and I'm just stoked to be here making cool stuff for people who appreciate fine quality workmanship. So a build like this definitely deserves some high quality fab work, so I'm super stoked to be here lending a hand.
Mike's super smart. He's also really good at teaching, so I'm hoping he can give some tips to you guys kind of as we go along the process. But more than anything, he's a homie. He's kind of like close friends in our little friend group. Comes from the land of the maple syrup, and everyone there is always really nice. It's probably the healthcare, right?
Poutine.
The maple syrup.
People get really triggered when I talk about healthcare because it's not free, right?
Yeah, it is, but it's not good.
Okay. So anyway, you heard it here first.
Poutine's good though.
We got some sweet titanium intercooler piping coming up, and he's going to show you how he does it. I want to get a bit about this though.
We can walk over
crazy
if you want to do like a little clip on this. Vevor, they make everything, because Mike and I were just saying. You want a lawn tiller? They got it.
What's this for? What part is this for?
This is the HD clamp assembly.
Okay.
So we have these HD ferrules, is what they call them.
Are you filming right now?
Yes, I am.
So I'm like enthralled by this. I've never seen one of these before. This is a positioner.
Yeah, nailed it.
But I always thought a positioner just held things in place. I didn't realize this was the rotating turntable thing.
Yeah, you stay in place. It rotates around you. So we have our sections that we're going to be making to your intercooler right there. So they come as a donut, and I want to be able to weld these as nice that I can for you. So I pulled this out from the Drift HQ boys. They had it laying over there. My boy Cricket said, come on and steal it. So I've just been trying a couple different settings, playing with what finish I kind of want to get and go with. But in general, you have your positioner, It locks your piece in place. You have this arm that you can kind of get yourself comfy in.
It's like a bead roller, except he makes the beads. Get it?
Yeah. Nice. And then you stay positioned and it moves past you and you just...
Yo, I could use the bead roller, straight up. I could use the bead roller as a table. So if I ever had to weld like flat metal, and I could stay still, and the bead roller would basically do this, but with straight.
Yeah.
It's like or we could get a treadmill.
Yeah.
We could use that.
Yeah, a little Peloton.
Yeah, I might need to be grounded though. Yeah, so I see these on Instagram. All the dudes that are like laying pipe on like the welder, you know what I mean?
Just watching dudes lay pipe on Instagram.
I'm testing the Supra to make sure that I can keep up with all those motherfuckers that are gonna be at LZ World Tour. If you don't have your tickets, you with a blown head gasket having ass. So listen, they're gonna like they did last time because I was on a 19-inch tire and they were on an 18-inch. So we're trying these little baby 18s so I can be on the same tire as everyone else, which I've never run on the Supra, but I know the Acceler 651 really well. Super affordable tire if you want to pick some up from Tire Streets using my code AdamLZ. I think it's actually gonna feel really good on this car. It's just gonna look kind of silly because they're so tiny. But you know, if Grant is about an AC control on his house, he's definitely gonna about tire size. We should probably wait to talk after my girlfriend's done driving. Fly off of you.
I was deeper than the one before.
The way that you approach it is just wild.
What?
It's just because like you're not like going through it, you're like going at the drop, so it's like you're just full.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
shiny.
She felt good. I was worried about side bite, but the sway bar helped a ton, so the car feels probably the best it's ever felt grip-wise. Now, Freddie's just taking a look at the logs because the partial throttle just not feeling as crispy as it has before. So we did a lot of changes when we were at that last track day in the cold, so we're gonna review and make sure everything's still.
I thought something broke because you pulled off half in the grass, so I was like, oh god.
No, I just didn't want to get hit by Colette driving like a maniac.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't see the Instagram post already, the winner of the yellow Evo 5 giveaway was confirmed, and it's actually staying in Florida, going to a guy by the name of Romolo. Pretty cool. He actually won off a Drift HQ order, and he's been a customer of Drift HQ since before I was even involved. I think he said that he's bought something like 7 years ago from Drift HQ, which is super cool. We're hoping that we can get him out here next week to kind of tell the story. He was like practically in tears when he found out that he won the car. So it's super cool. I wanted to give you guys, again, a massive thank you for entering for a chance to win this thing. You guys supporting all that we do with SimHQ, Drift HQ, LZMFG. It supports what we do here, the race program, all the people that work here. Mega, and we appreciate it mucho.
We're back with USDM Mike, and he's checking up on the progress. This morning, Sean and I, we pulled off the PWR intercooler, and I welded up those nice little elbows I was playing with in the positioner yesterday. So I put a little angle gauge that I stole from Owen in the fab shop, and we put them on the both same like 6.5 degree angles, marked them, welded those on there. So that's super cool. And then I started playing with the downpipe a little more and got the V-band section on, so we kind of know our first section of the downpipe. And then the next step before lunch was pulling off the compressor housing. I love using these vibrant 90-degree cast elbows. It's like my Aunt Jemima or Frank's Red Hot, whatever. You guys put that on everything. Welded a nice HD clamp assembly to it as well, so it'll just kind of click on right about here, like that. So we can have our nice clamp with another HD clamp ferrule in titanium, and we can match that other side titanium intercooler piping that we've already made. So awesome progress so far, and we're just rocking away. I'm gonna get this elbow welded to the turbo housing. And that's about it, dude. I think that's all the progress for now. Adam's measuring some stuff for some stuff.
Canadian Mike's killing it.
Trying.
I'm trying to make sure we need to get a custom solenoid adapter made just because of this head that I have on the BBL motor.
Yeah.
I can't get the solenoid in or it hits a firewall. So I'm trying to get measurements, send over to Mazworks, and they're gonna do me up something.
Take a couple thou off for you.
Yeah.
Look at those beads, dude.
I mean,
pretty nice.
it's alright.
They're pretty nice.
It could be better.
Humble Owen over here.
The ones on the inside are nice. So look at those.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So what you been working on? Just rear end stuff on this thing?
Yeah, we made this in a rush. It was a little bit far out.
Oh, like the last
frame.
one?
Yeah, the last frame is right there. It stuck out like 3 or 4 inches this way.
Mm-hmm.
So we're moving it in so our bash bar can be bigger. So when we hit stuff, you know, it doesn't get into the frame.
Yeah.
So we did this previously on this car and the Europe car. Suncut Sun, they come with these Preston nuts. We usually weld the backside, and then it goes on. We'll drill these holes and then weld this in.
Yeah.
And then your bash bar will mount, you know, here and here.
So much better than just like direct welding it to the car.
Yeah,
to the,
way better.
In a pinch, you're just with an angle grinder and a 5-minute call trying to cut your thing off. And
Not fun.
No. We're able to have how many spares because of that? Like,
Yeah.
have like 2 full bash bar spares. And
The plan is 5 for Long Beach. It'd be nice to have 5. So we'll see what happens, but that's the plan.
yeah.
So the rotary issues are resolved. We could see in the individual lambdas per runner that 1 or 2 rotors were going kind of rich, and we were worried maybe there's something going on. But what it turned out to be was just a simple set of spark plugs. So what's happening is as they were getting fouled out, certain rotors weren't always igniting, and what you get is excess fuel, which we could see by having a richer air fuel mixture. So now that that's resolved, we can actually go and fine tune the tip in to get the really crisp throttle response that we want. But it's hard when you have a bunch of data saying that it's rich and that it's lean and spark plug issues to get the tune correct. So we're gonna refine that. We made some more suspension changes. Freddie actually noticed we didn't have a whole lot of compression in the rear, had a lot of droop, but we were like this far away from the bump stop. So making that change plus adding a little bit of toe, the car just keeps on getting faster and faster, which, you know, it may actually be a disadvantage just because this car doesn't make a lot of power and now it's gonna be harder to drive. But I just can't get my ass rolled by Grant at E-Town. So that's my main goal here is to, I'm not worried about Booth.
Oh, man.
No, because straight up, like Booth got the bro lines. He's not just gonna run away from me and drive shallow. He's gonna be lock to lock, smoke show, getting all the biddies, you know.
Out for you this round, and I'm gonna be on that list too.
Yeah, there's some nice heat waves you got there. Them polarized?
Hey, everything's all red.
Just I can't use that now.
It's all red, bro. It looks weird.
I'm gonna give you a marketing lesson, Sean. There's a lot of events happening this year, and I wanted to let you guys know, if you haven't seen on Instagram, one place that I haven't been in a while that I'm coming back to, and that is Colorado, to Pikes Peak International Raceway on May 24th for Slush Festival. It's an event that I haven't been to before, but Colette went last year, said it was a blast, and I'm gonna come out to shred with you guys, put on a show, and have a good time. A lot of people have been asking me what car I'm gonna be bringing, and quite frankly, I haven't made a decision yet. By the time you get into May, there may be some new cars in the mix, and like secretly, I'm hoping that we can bring the rebuilt old E36 chassis there. I think that's my goal, but if I can't make that happen, I wanna know what you guys wanna see me bring. In the back of my head, I'm kind of looking at it from the angle of I wanna bring something that's fast enough that I can drive with everyone, but I don't wanna bring this thing like that is my Mona Lisa and then be scared to drive with the locals. That sounds bad. That's like, I don't mean that in an offensive way. It's just like random tandem, there is a high likelihood of crashes happening just because even if people you're driving with are really good, you know, you're just not on the same wavelength, right? Like maybe so-and-so does a weird thing, maybe I do a weird thing and I get plowed into. So I don't want to bring an absolute piece of shit car because then I'll just look like a scrub. So I was thinking maybe the old E36 chassis, that way we can, you know, have fun, ride doors with each other, and that car is kind of like a cool special place in the LZ history book. Or maybe I could bring something else, maybe the green S15, I don't know. But anyway, I'm excited to go out to Slush. If you guys have any thoughts on what car I should bring, let me know. I was thinking this one, but I think I'll drive like a with this one. I don't really want to do that there. I want to have fun.
This thing's freaking coming along, dude.
Yeah, dude, we're picking away at it. I think when we were last hanging out with USDM, Mike, we had the front pipe all kind of played up in there. We had the other one connected, but I had to steal the clamps in order to mock up this bottom side of it. So I was just kind of going over it. I like to get it all in complete sections. So we got down pipe, up pipe, well, cold side 2, hot side 3, and then each of those sides have their own little pieces. So we're gonna have 5 pieces in total that I'll be welding up, let everything shrink in the home, and then we'll make the final connection up to there. But at least gets me at the base point. So now I'm going to steal this clamp off of this side, pull this one, put that one back on, and start making up the other side, make it all connections so I can just have a welding party. Just grabbed a vise from the fab shop and I just cut up some little aluminum pieces there, because that way, these Viper chairs are so fast.
I know, they're awesome.
That way when I'm welding it, the vise isn't going to scratch it as much.
Right, it'll just clamp it nicely.
Yeah, and then I can hold this in a couple different spots to make welding easier. Like the vise is so key, dude.
Oh,
you can turn it like that, clamp it a little, and then I can do like all of those sections.
It's going to look so good.
That's what we do.
So you designed this to just basically unclamp from under here, that way it doesn't have to come out?
Yeah, it will, and like this whole pipe, once I connect this to this, once they're all welded, it will, both of them will snake out the bottom sides.
Nice.
So, because I don't want them all one piece. The only other way to avoid that is add another set of connecting flanges up in here, because he wanted all HD clamps or use a silicone coupler,
Right.
but we're not doing that on this one. So I think this is the best of both worlds, and I think this pipe turned out awesome.
It
It's
looks
just kind of
so good.
instead of just like a straight piece of pipe to a 90, just like everything else, we're trying to make everything flow and look purposeful. So I think it's turning out great, and we're gonna have a big weld party this afternoon. We're doing the fab party first, then we weld party. Clamp on there.
I don't think he'll.
Look at that.
Yeah. It's all gonna move, right? So I kind of always leave myself a little bit of playroom.
Yeah.
But we're in a point now that I can be like, all right, let's weld everything. It's all gonna move, and then I can always cut that after and add a little pie in it if I need to. But we're in the right area. We're where we need to be, Mike.
Now, one of the things that was holding up this build, if you've seen some of the earlier videos, was my decision on a transmission. I went back and forth between using like an RB25 transmission or a CD or maybe even a T56. I wound up choosing a CD09, and part of the reason it took a while, I don't know if I should say this where I got it from. I'll leave it to be a mystery. There may be conflicts of interest here now that they might, but now someone might read into that and there's actually no conflict of interest. I got it straight from Japan to save a few $100 because the yen was low. But that might not be possible anymore because of tariffs. I'm not well versed in politics. Hopefully I don't get banned from YouTube for saying tariff. I just don't know I don't know how to proceed anymore. I'm just like so PC. I wish I could just not give a f and just say whatever I wanted. That'd be sick. Maple syrup, cocky, and you. I'm just kidding. Canadians are so nice. They're just really easy to pick on. They'll just be like, thanks, bud.
Sorry, bud.
Sorry. Oh, sorry if me existing made you sad, bud. Look, brand new.
Wow.
I got a brand new one. Oh, so this is an important thing, right? The CD swap. It sucks if you use a used transmission because all the used CDs, their sinkers are blown the out. Almost said it, but I didn't. Think of someone you know that's really blown. Anyway, the idea is the new ones have better synchros and it's like a night and day difference. So don't f around and waste your time with the used ones. The price difference isn't really that much of a difference when you weigh in the time of like doing multiple trans swaps. I put so many used transmissions in Zeroid just for them to feel like put a new one in. Why? I'm not cutting into the transmission. There's fluid in the transmission, so we're having a discussion whether I need to drain it first.
It's shipping fluid though, not real fluid. Claude, didn't you cut yours in half on a table?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I'm gonna do this so I have better access,
Did
sir.
you cut his in half on a table?
Yeah.
Why not on this?
Why on that?
That's
Because
what I'm saying.
that's what it shows in the instructions. It shows it strapped to a thing so you can get all the way around.
What instructions?
The instructions for cutting the bell housing. I gotta cut up my brand new transmission.
No, you just yeet that
Wait,
thing around as
Did
you
you
go.
leave the fluid in yours? Yo.
It doesn't matter. We don't open the transmission. I was gonna draw a line in a Sharpie and cut it.
Oh, this isn't a adapter. This is some other
Bet.
thing.
Yeah,
Damn,
better.
bet they didn't even give you a cutting guide. Hit up though. Job done.
Can you bleep everything out that she just said?
Is that a sponsored thing?
Guys, if you want to hear her talk, no, this is gonna sound really bad. I was gonna go to the Colette Davis Racing YouTube channel. It's conflict of interest going on here.
Yeah, it's just okay.
Yep. Can you imagine having different sponsors than your girlfriend so like you can't be anywhere together?
But you're on the same property.
It's like honestly, our life is kind of like Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana. She's Hannah Montana, I'm Miley Cyrus.
Well, who's the dad?
You.
Me?
All right, let's.
Okay,
Hey,
hold
Colette, can you film me and Mike are gonna lift this on the table?
Is this on auto?
1, 2, 3. That's heavier than I expected.
I'm going there literally right now.
Yep,
so
go around.
I'll holler at you.
You good? Yep. Keep going. It doesn't really sit the flattest.
All right, right there. That's good.
Stinks.
Going out when?
No, I'm not recording. Now I'm recording.
Mike always films.
Tell me FPS here.
It can't hear you because it's Mike.
Oh.
Oh, it's not even the real time. It's just a fake one.
Oh, it's me. So dirty, right? Cutting guide?
That's a piece of metal.
It's a cutting guide.
The hell? We can make that in 2 seconds.
Yeah, in like a quarter inch will help.
Oh,
We don't
we're
do
not.
that.
Yeah, we're not using a cutting disc. I'm using Sawzall. That's what it says in the instructions.
What?
Yeah, it's way less of a
wax
mess.
he uses is like crazy.
No, it was amazing. Without it, it was awful, and I just added it. I'm like, this isn't gonna do shit. Right through. I was like, use wax.
All right, let's see if that's the right distance. 1/4 inch looks perfect. Yeah, we got to cut the bell housing, and we're conflicting opinions on how to do this. But I'm gonna use a Sawzall and just do it exactly like it says in the instructions. We did it! Woo! Damn, that's a clean cut. Wait, hold on. So this is how we're gonna know how good of a job we did. Put it on the flat ground and see how much it rocks.
That's pretty good.
Or is it though?
Like a millimeter?
I'm impressed because we didn't damage anything. Oh, I guess I got a little bit into it.
You got
but
like a little scuff, a little nick there. But
not bad. We'll know when we put the bell housing up because the way this works, I'm using the Mazworks kit, by the way. They are just pretty much the leaders when it comes to the SR bell housing stuff. So I just go with what I know works. I've had this same kit on my S13 before and it's good. But anyway, this is gonna bolt to that flat plate. There's gonna be a gap no matter what. So like me being as OCD as I am, it doesn't really matter, but it's gonna look nicer to have a clean edge. So this guy will basically sandwich in here and it's gonna leave a gap for sure. It's not gonna touch. Because you can see just by the spacing here.
yeah.
Now I definitely don't need to do this. I'm half doing this for aesthetics and half doing this so I don't cut myself when I'm working on the car. But I'm just going and cleaning up this edge now with a deburring tool. I was a little nervous for this part because I'd use angle grinder. The Sawzall was not hard enough to cut through the input shaft. I cut it, but what I'm the most stoked about, check out this chamfer I got. It looks like damn near stock.
That's sick.
So it was kind of sketchy, but I was just holding this, spinning this, while at the same time running the grinder like right next to my hand, like this, and got the right angle. And didn't cut myself, and didn't blow one of these up in my face. Speaking of which, I've never had that happen to me before, and it happened the other day. I don't intentionally not use the guards. The guys just take them off. I think it's because they get in their way, and I have no idea where the f they are. So when I go to use a grinder, I don't have any guards. So I'll need to order some because I know a lot of concerned comments were making sure I was okay. Thankfully, heat wave safety glasses saved the day, and I got 0 eye injuries. So I'm pretty adamant about wearing safety eyewear whenever I can. With heat wave, you can look cool too. All right, you guys are gonna need to wait till the next video to see Canadian Mike's baller titanium welding. I've got a little bit of a predicament, and I reached out to you guys on Instagram about rolling the fenders on this because I'm terrified of cracking the factory paint. None of us wanted to do it, so I decided I would give a shot to the most recommended person in Orlando. I'm not gonna say who it is, but there was a lot of DMs telling me to use this guy. If he doesn't f up my paint, I will tag him in the next video and give a recommendation. If he f up my paint though, he's gonna look like not the best guy because he's planning to vlog himself rolling my fenders, which makes me a little bit nervous, but maybe you guys really, really confident. So I'm giving a shot to someone that does this way more than we do. And hopefully in the next video, it isn't me whining like a little because my paint's cracked. So I'm a little bit nervous. Kind of feels like I'm going on a first date, except I have nothing to gain and everything to lose. So it kind of sounds like I'm going on a first date. Just kidding, you know. But anyway, I think we're gonna end the video here. This has been a little sporadic over the past couple days. Just lots of little random stuff going on. But if you don't have tickets for the world tour, I don't know if we talked about that in this video because we've been filming for like 8 days now.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, I don't know. Just check the description for stuff. Thanks. Bye.
Now I'm gonna be on that list too.
Yeah, this is some nice heat waves you got there. Them polarized?
Hey, everything's all red.
Just I can't use that now.
It's all red, bro. It looks weird.
I'm gonna give you a marketing lesson, Sean.